Ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening here at XFC34, history is about to be made here in Australia. Our first pro atomweight fight, and of course, XFC's very first female final main event. Let's introduce first, fighting out of the blue corner. She weighed in at 47.5 kilograms. She fights out of Combat Lab, Coolum, Queensland, with a professional record of 1 win and no losses. Please make welcome Brooke Atom Bomb Kenrick. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in identically at 47.5 kilograms. She fights out of Fight Club Jiu-Jitsu, Gold Coast, Queensland. She has a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. Please make welcome Kaela Tiger Banney. This fight is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Okay, ladies, we've been over the rules. Defend your systems on time, follow my instructions at all times. Touch it up if you like.
Our referee in charge is Phil Cassidy for our final fight here at XFC34 tonight.
Wombat, we're here, XFC34, and for the first time,
here we go.
We have a women's title fight as the main event.
Mate, it's absolutely unbelievable how far the sport's come for these women. And not only that, but this is going to be an amazing fight.
Mate, I cannot wait. Kaela Banney, one of my favourite all-time fighters. She's so humble and fantastic. She's been around a long time. But at this weight, it's so hard to get matchups. And then obviously, Brooke Kenrick, who is an XFC vet. And she's in here tonight, and this is going to be fireworks.
Brooke trains up there at Combat Lab with Joel Sepasvari. And you know anyone up there. And this is the first time that Brooke's actually fought on a card with no one else from her gym on the card. So hopefully she benefits from that, and the whole Seoul camp was focused on her.
Yeah, she's got the camp all to herself. That can be a positive. Kaela, center cage.
Brooke circling well.
Yeah, doing a good job, just creating those angles. She's moving. Kaela landing a few of those outside leg kicks, trying to soften up the thighs of Brooke Kenrick.
And we've seen what could happen with that with the last fight, don't we, mate?
We certainly have, yes. It's been an interesting evening, to say the very least. And now the girls, the atomweight girls, the smallest of them all, are the headliner.
Brooke's marked up a little bit on the face there.
Yeah, already, very early. It shows the pinpoint accuracy of Banney. Banney doing a good job just cutting off, countering with leg kicks. She's giving Kenrick enough room to run around, but she's still catching her with those kicks.
And you know if you're on the outside, you're doing more miles, so that's going to affect your gas tank later on in the fight.
And some nice little kicks there.
He's getting a little one-dimensional with the circling, though. I'd like to see you change it up a little bit, maybe circle the other way.
Yeah, it's going to become predictable in these later rounds. You're going to see Banney start to kind of recognise that and start to tee off. She'll start using that left hook more. She'll start using that left outside kick, and she'll be able to control the action with that kick. Banney lightning quick. Kenrick now looking to engage.
Strong strikes, coming in hard here.
Yeah, nice and straight too. Getting out of the way when she needs to. Banney not taking a backward step.
The technique of these two, I mean, every punch has been straight down the pipe, nothing coming in wide.
Like I said, Wombat, it's so hard for girls in this country to get fights anyway. But when you're an atomweight fighter, it's so difficult.
But I tell you what the great thing is with this, mate, is that the title's on the line here. You know what I mean? So when you got a title on the line, that's going to entice more girls possibly, you know, to drop down to this weight. or to start competing at this weight?
100%, and you can see this skill level. Bigger cards, Asian cards, 1FC, things like that. I have to start looking at these female fighters to recruit into their ranks from the Aussies, because you can see the skill level is there. Kaela Banney, I know she's done a lot of work over at Tiger Muay Thai in the past as well. She's in there with Daniel Lima, who I think he was one of our first XFC champions. He's been running a tight show at Fight Club there for a lot of years.
Kaela's actually had 6 Muay Thai fights, so her time over there spent well. She's marked up a little bit underneath her left eye there, mate.
And Kaela's had to have those fights because it's so hard for her to get the MMA fight. She's got to take a fight wherever she can get it.
When Brooke comes, she comes hard, doesn't she?
Yeah, when she comes in swinging, and I like that. She's not throwing ones and twos. She's putting a few together. And that is backing Kaela up at this point.
It's also very interesting because Brooke in her last fight, she basically struck a little bit, took it down, and here she goes now. She's going in for a shot now.
There.
She took it down to the ground and she finished it very quickly with a Kimura.
As Kenrick looks to transition, using that cage pressure right now. Banney now controlling it with that underhook. She's looking to turn. Banney no stranger to this.
She's got a deep underhook. Should be able to turn it around here, but Brooke's doing a fantastic job with the head pressure and do that 3-point pressure.
Kaela Banney at just 20 years old. She's been going around for a few years, and lovely turn there. And that is the bell. First round in the books.
Fantastic round, mate. That was high-paced. You know, lots of circling from Brooke, lots of straight punches. You know, both girls are marked up a little bit. It's going to be interesting coming out round 2.
Wombat, this has everything you want for a main event and everything you want for a title fight.
Oh, and Banney, mate, the crowd is loving it.
Mate, it's a big crowd here tonight, and let me tell you, they're very, very vocal. I don't know how it sounds on the telecast right now, but they are extremely vocal.
Thank you for your support. Love having you guys supporting us here at XFC.
Both girls wearing a few shots in that round. Very tough round to call. Both girls, I think, really just a bit of a feel-out process right now.
Yeah, I think the fight's really going to open up this round, mate.
As we head into round 2.
Both girls look in fantastic condition.
Round 2.
The referee in charge, Phil Cassidy, he's done a great job tonight. The atom weight title, as history is made here at XFC. Kaela doing a great job here, just cutting off.
She really is cutting that cage off well, and that's really going to help her on in the later rounds, I feel.
Yeah, she's just looking to methodically slide those punches and slide those outside leg kicks in.
I wouldn't mind seeing Brooke push her up against the fence again, maybe try and take this down to the ground.
Yeah, she looks to be the bigger fighter physically, so you'd like to see her use a little bit of that physicality as she's doing here and kind of bully Kaela, if you will.
She possibly needs to change it up a little bit. She, like you said, is becoming a little bit predictable, circling to her right.
Doing a great job just controlling center cage here.
She's landed hard there.
And I like how Kenrick's just pulling those together. She's just in and out, in and out. Not throwing ones, not throwing twos.
Yeah, nice straight combinations from Brooke when she decides to strike.
Straight deuces down the middle. And at this point, it is effective. Banney hands are nice and high.
Still looks like they're kind of feeling each other out on the feet, though. Brooke's landing here.
Yeah, look, Wombat, it's 5-5s this fight. It's a title fight. It's a pro fight. Neither girl wanting to waste anything. Both girls being very methodical as Banney pins Kenrick up against the cage.
Yeah, Looked like Brooke
unleashes
tried to shoot
knees.
in there, and Banney said, no, thank you. We'll keep this on the feet.
Banney now inflicting some of that pressure. Kenrick doing a good job with that underhook.
Looks like she could grab doubles here and spin around.
Banney maybe should look to start using those knees. She's created that distance well. Start getting those points for the judges.
It's good head pressure here by Kaela.
You see Kenrick now trying to put that palm on face as Banney looks to offload some elbows.
And this really sucks the energy out of you, doesn't it? I mean, it kind of looks like there's not too much going on, but when you're in there and you're doing this, this really takes it out of your gas tank.
Look, this is a five-minute fight, 5 round, 5 minutes. So both these girls have to be very strategic to use those minutes to their advantage.
Nice knees in the clinch here. They're landing, and they don't tickle.
Plus, they're great for points as well. You know, if you're a judge, you're looking for that busier fighter. Very evenly matched fight. Wouldn't you agree, Wombat?
100%, and they've faced each other in jiu-jitsu before. Kaela's actually come out on top every time, but by the slimmest of margins. So, you know, I was expecting this one to be a close one as well, and it's kind of turning out that way. Kaela, in my mind at the moment, winning the fight just with her forward pressure, though.
Absolute fantastic job by the matchmakers for all fights tonight. It's been fantastic.
Not a dud fight on the card, my friend.
As Banney uses that pressure on the cage, looking to score with those knees.
You know, one thing that I really must bring up is that Brooke yesterday actually took an extra hour and a half to make weight. So she had the 2 hours to actually make the weight. She did it in an hour and a half, but you know, usually when people do that and they have a little bit of a tough cut, they usually do gas in the later rounds. So
yeah, we will have to look for that. That's a very valid and good point. So in the later rounds, that does sometimes come into play. And in a fight like this that's very physical, and you can see Banney using that pressure, will that come out in the later rounds? We're going to wait to see.
10 seconds to go in the second round here, looking for
Banney
the
now
takedown.
looking for that takedown, and that's nice for the judges right there. Whether they think she affected that or not, it's a very nice way to finish out a round.
Totally agree with you there, my friend.
Of course, don't forget the next of our XFCs is XFC35 at Dunedin in New Zealand. Of course, keep a tab on all of the action at XFC TV on YouTube. Go to Facebook with XFC, or of course follow us on Twitter with @XFC Fighting.
As we move into round number 3 of this atomweight title fight, both these girls, very physical contest tonight. Both girls very experienced. Both girls not wasting anything. And Banney straight back to center cage.
Looks so composed, you know, in the center of the cage, doesn't she?
Both girls just affecting their game plans too. They've both got their A game at the moment. Both girls not really changing or deviating from that plan. So it's going to be interesting in these later rounds how that tells.
Oh, Brooke's landed a couple of shots there.
Yeah, familiar. She walks around and she comes in firing.
And will be interesting to see if Brooke does land, you know, a couple of clean shots, if she can start backing Kaela up.
She's very strong, Kenrick.
There's a nice body kick there.
So if some of those land, we might see this start to go the other way.
Looks like she's starting to open up a little bit more as well.
Another fantastic outside leg kick by Banney. And you can hear that one.
Really coming on strong here. Fight's starting to open up, Ben.
Banney using that pressure really well. She's turning it very physical.
It's much more of the same of the first 2 rounds, isn't it?
And she's trying to pull Kenrick out of that comfort zone. You're looking at those foot stomps there. Trying every trick in the book. The little point-scoring knees.
Like I said before, mate, they all don't tickle.
They all don't tickle. And at this weight, some of those kicks that you heard before, they were echoing around this stadium.
It's been fantastic back at the Mansfield Tavern, hasn't it, you know?
Mate, it's great to be back. You know, it's fantastic where we were before, but the Mansfield, I know the crowd, the energy in here is electric.
It's electric, yeah. That's exactly the word I would have used.
And mate, they're hanging from the rafters. You literally could not squeeze many more people in here if you tried. And that's something you want as a promoter, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, and not only that, but the whole crowd stuck around for the whole card, you know, and they're really into tonight, and so they should be. They've been treated to an absolute cavalcade of fantastic fights.
Yeah, Matt Walton and the team, take your hat off. Kenrick looking to use that palm on face. She's got to be careful of the fingers as Banney comes out. Both girls not wanting to take a backward step here.
Brooke looked to shoot then, and I think that's the first time in the fight that I actually seen her a little bit gassed.
Look, strategically, it's not a bad idea at this point. If you can get a takedown and control it, you've got to think from the judge's standpoint. We've still got a couple of rounds to go. She's got to start to look at these options.
Well, it's quite possible she's a couple of rounds down as well, so really needs to turn the tides here in the third. She doesn't want to go down 3.
Banney has been relentless with her pressure. Without exerting too much energy either. She's doing a great job there. Controlling the chest.
Really is using her head well in these clinch
nice
battles.
Short little elbow there as well.
Crowd's getting a little bit rowdy.
Yeah, both girls blue belts, but we haven't seen much on the ground tonight. A lot of experience in both corners. Of course, Fight Lab, they're no stranger to XFC. And then, of course, with Daniel Lima and Fight Club Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of experience in that corner as well.
She's grabbed her neck here.
She doesn't want to waste too much energy. She's looking at her coach here.
She's pulling guard.
She's looking at her coach here. She's trying to find that angle.
How strong is Kaela Banney?
She doesn't want to waste any energy. Woo. Look at Kaela. She's doing a great job. Now, this is what I was saying before when we saw some of the amateurs fight. They've just got to do that little buck. Now, that's what Kayla's trying to do there. She's just trying to buck. If she can get her on the right angle, she's hoping Brooke will just fall off. She's going to keep her head nice and high there. She's got on a beautiful angle.
10 seconds for Brooke to get something here.
And there
finally
it
gets it down.
Let's see if Kayla's head just pops out here. Brooke has it tight. Great with timing. Great work by Banney there. Very composed. That did not faze her too much.
Wow, 2 more on the scheduled on the card, of course. 5 5-minute rounds with 3 in the bank, 3 done. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly need to thank all of our great supporters, whether you're a sponsor, whether you're here as a corporate guest tonight, or whether you've just come along to enjoy all the action of XFC34. We certainly thank you.
As we move into round number 4, both these atomweight warriors, and we have the atomweight title on the line.
We had a
Kaela Banney in the red. Brooke Kenrick in the blue.
We had a few debutantes on the card tonight, but want to give out a shout out to our debutante ring girl in Cherie over there doing a fantastic job.
And hasn't she just... We normally do have a couple of ring card girls, so it looks like she's taken the duties of both tonight. Done a wonderful job. I hope you're enjoying that at home. I know Wombat's enjoying it here by side cage.
I know all the lads behind me are as well, my friend.
I have my girlfriend looking over my shoulder. Beautiful spinning elbow there by Kenrick.
Oh,
and
that
Banney
landed,
hits it.
wow! And she ate it and she's smiling.
I like this, I like this. Kenrick and Banney toe to toe at this point.
You actually have a look at Brooke's left leg. You can see it marked up quite a bit now. So all those leg kicks that she was throwing early in the round, Kaela.
Big shots landed there too, Wombat. Nice outside kick. Kaela goes high but misses.
Man, when she goes high, it's fast, isn't it? I mean, you've really got to keep your guard up.
She's extremely fast. Both girls saying this is the best prep they've ever had for any of their competitions. They both feel like this is the fittest they've ever been, and you can see that tonight in their performance. 4 5-minute rounds in at the moment. Wow.
Wow.
Big kicks coming, and you hear the crowd, and you can hear those kicks.
I mean, they're only missing by a couple of inches right on the button. Looks like she's got a second win here.
Yeah, but here comes Banney.
What a technical slugfest we've got, if that's what you can call it.
Absolutely fantastic to see. Both girls, their face tells a story. They both let a few through. Kaela may be the busier out of the two at this point.
And they're not slowing down either, Banney.
And she just keeps coming, and you see here.
I think she's lost the footing there. I think she just got
This will be interesting whether Kaela can capitalise that, and you see the big knee come there. She's back to cage pressure. You see the grit and determination on Banney's face.
Kenrick did a fantastic job just to stand back up and not cop any damage from that slip.
Yeah, she did. You can lose your footing. It can get slippery, especially in the later parts of these rounds. Banney using her head nicely there. You can see shoulder pressure. I'd like to see her look to transition now and maybe get the points by maybe pulling Kenrick to the mat.
And with all this cage grappling going on, do you think Phil's doing a good job of reffing and letting it go here? Or
Mate, he's doing a good job. I'd like to see the girls starting to get a little bit busy. And what I'd also like to see maybe from Banney is maybe take her down to the ground. She's got that psychological advantage. She's beaten her a couple of times in BJJ competitions. Maybe she should look to use that now, that experience, and really get inside Kenrick's head.
she landed a nice elbow there as well in the clinch.
Yeah, she's using those short elbows very nicely. And again, she'll look to use those little short, sharp knees, scoring those points, softening those legs up. And you can see Kenrick there looking to block them by getting the shin over the top.
Shout out as well to whoever did the girls' hair, because that's going to take some hours into that, my friend.
So I think it was the same person that does Brian Ebersol's hero. He's now in the hair business.
Okay.
And here comes Banney. Some big shots landed. Kenrick now looking to do a takedown of her own.
Obviously a couple of shots landing quite hard there. Brooke looking to shoot. But
Both.
Kaela's relentless with this cage pressure, isn't
Mate,
she?
both these girls, no stranger to this. And you can see how bad both of them want it.
These knees are brutal in the clinch.
Look, Banney's been doing this all fight. She has not stopped. She's kept the same pace, the exact same pressure, and they accumulate those knees. They accumulate those short punches. And here she gets a little bit of open ground. She needs to use that angle to get inside. You see her working off that jab beautifully. And that's the end of the round. Wombat, we are about to go to the fifth and final. If you're at home watching this, put on your seatbelt. XFC34. As we head to
we are going to the fifth
and final round.
How about a big cheer for our two fighters out there? Seneca.
Listen to that crowd, mate. They're still into it. It's 11:30 at night. They've had a few frosty beverages.
They certainly have at the Mansfield Tavern. We are back, Wombat. And what a way to finish this night. From the very first fight to the very last, we have been treated. Fitness is going to tell now, Wombat, and we're going to see, did that weight cut affect Kenrick at all?
It doesn't look like it so far, you know. The third round, it kind of looked like she was getting a little bit tired, but I think in the fourth, and now she looks fine now, so possibly was just getting a little bit of her energy back. But I believe, in my opinion, Brooke really does need to stop this fight to get the victory here.
She's going to have to work hard, that's for sure. Kaela Banney absolutely relentless tonight in her attack. She's been very methodical with the way that she's carried it out. She's stuck to her game plan to a T. You can see that she's not deviating. And why would you? When something's working, why would you change?
100%.
Here's Banney now, just creating a bit of room. I love it. I love it when she creates that room.
Brooke's firing back, though. You know, she's not out of this contest. Foot stomps.
Banney bringing back foot stomps. I love it. Oh, great work by Phil K. He wants to see some action.
I'm not sure why I took him to the fifth round to give her a talking to, if that's the case, mate, because like you said last round, don't change anything that's working. She's been doing it for the whole fight so far. It's
I see Banney use that distance maybe a little bit more. I think she's getting the upper hand in that stand-up. You see by Kenrick's face, those punches really starting to take their toll. That face is really starting to well up.
And can you believe, like we said, Kaela's actually won every time they've fought jiu-jitsu. Not bothered about the ground at all.
No.
Wants to keep it standing. Not interested at all.
They're kind of saying, well, hang on, we did that. Let's try it another way.
100%.
And if you're interested in betting on sports with Neds, Kenrick actually the favourite at $1.80 versus Banney at $1.90. You can tell they're very close when it comes to the bets tonight from Neds, one of our major sponsors.
There's a lot of heroes online that think they know their MMA, so if you know your MMA, jump on the Neds and make yourself some cash.
And we do have some amazing sponsors. Fighters World Cup clothing, worldwide clothing, not World Cup clothing.
Oh, you know, whichever one.
Mate, Earl would be kicking his computer screen right now if he's watching. M-Signs, The Power Lounge, Rams Home Loans, and Brisbane Lawyers.
Make sure if you're in an accident, you go and see the guys down at Brisbane Lawyers. And it's the first time down on the ground here, Banney.
Let's see what Banney can do from here. Nice high hips.
Both blue belts.
Keeping it nice and tight here as well. Like to see Banney's hands off the cage there. She might get pulled up for that.
It's not illegal till you get caught, mate.
Exactly.
Still landing knees from every which way position.
You see Reece McLaren in the background there.
Yeah, I was going to give him a shout out, but you know.
Give Reece a shout out. From one of the great gyms, Puma, on the Gold Coast, at Burleigh there. Banney doing a great job just controlling here, and again, this is going to work very well for her psychologically.
I mean, we're down to the last couple of minutes of this fight. I feel Brooke needs to throw her legs up, throw some submissions up, do something here, try to create anything.
At this point in time, she has to go for broke. So it'll be interesting, the urge, and you can see she's looking to get that leg up.
Yeah, that guard's creeping higher and higher.
She's a wily fox. She's been here before.
Kaela's going to have to mind her P's and Q's.
I'm not sure either of these girls have actually gone 5 rounds before like this.
But both girls are going to be better for it.
Mate, it is very different. It's a different game plan. It's different all around. So both girls have done a fantastic job in adapting to that. As you see, Kenrick now trying to look to use her hips to escape. Looking for that angle. She's just waiting for that little spot out to explode up to her feet. And I think she's about to do that. I think she's about to do that.
Oh, big
Banney lands a big knee. Banney now.
Oh, it's
There we go. The crowd was so loud, we couldn't even hear the 10-second counter from here.
Didn't hear the clapper. The girls embrace. Fantastic fight. Who do you think won that one, mate?
Mate, for me, I would say it's going to be very tough to take it away from Kaela Banney. I think she was electric. I think she worked a bit harder. I think the pressure that she applied was phenomenal tonight. And
to have the girls for the first time headline the card.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, fight number 14, our main
Fantastic.
As we go to the judges.
Atomweight title fight.
And
Man,
although
oh man, how about
we
that?
think we
Give
see
another
it
big
one
round
way,
of applause. Stellar.
I've seen this go the other. But if I'm reading body language here, I think we're going to see Kaela Banney with that beautiful belt, one of the oldest belts in Australia, around her waist. Just quietly, I don't know if it's going to fit her. It's going to be interesting.
Red corner.
There it is.
And she's done it. The Tiger, Kaela Banney.
Fantastic performance. Kaela Banney is the new XFC atomweight champion.
Professional atomweight belt.
Belt goes around her waist.
Going to young Kaela.
She might be young, but I'll tell you what.
Big future, big future.
Massive
As you can see, I don't think there's enough studs on that belt, unfortunately. Kaela Banney, big future ahead.
Anyone got a bobby pin?
It's fantastic.
Well, she is in the atomweight
Safety pin, not a bobby pin, a
He
safety
puts
pin.
it over her shoulder.
There we go.
It's not going to hold her pants up, but we can fix that. Matt, why didn't you customise these belts?
Congratulations.
Here we go. Let's go to the middle and have some words with
the
her.
First main event here at XFC for the ladies, not to mention the first ever atomweight female title here in Australia. You've got to be absolutely stoked. Following in the likes of Daniel Lima, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Words can't express how grateful I am for everything he's done for me, training me these last couple of months to get me prepared. But not only him, I had such a huge team behind me. There's so many people to thank. I had, Polo, Jordy, people like Jared McCart. They, I've never had a team sort of take care of me through as much as, but also want to mention, of course, I definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for McIntyre and the guys that Gladstone, I've trained with them since I was 7 years old. I just wouldn't be here if I didn't have that upbringing with them. So thanks to everyone. Really grateful.
Now, you've been fighting since you were 7, you're now 20. What's up next for the Tiger?
Well, I guess we're going to celebrate first and then we'll see what happens next. Yeah, obviously I'll be defending it and so that's the next to come. Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you back in this XFC cage. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kaela Tiger Banney, our new professional